Hi, my name's Dean Cracknell from SRI Sports, home of the Srixon, Cleveland Golf, Never Compromise and E.G.G brands. In the case of a two-piece ball, essentially you're looking at, and if you'll excuse my drawing, a cover and a core, and the cover in most cases would never be that thick. In the case of a core, you can kind of think of it as being a little bit like the engine of a golf ball. And if you were liken it to something like a motor vehicle, generally speaking, the larger the engine, the more powerful it is. So in the case of a golf ball, the bigger the core, generally the more ball speed, the more powerful you can expect that ball to be. Srixon golf balls differ from the competition predominantly because of E.G.G technology. E.G.G technology is an advantage in the way that the golf ball performs, brought about by its core. And the core of the golf ball is manufactured from a rubber. Almost all golf balls in the marketplace use a fairly high responsive rubber known as polybutadiene, which I won't endeavour to spell. But polybutadiene is a very kind of responsive rubber, and in the case of Srixon, the huge advantage that we have is that we source and select the polybutadiene and the grades of that rubber that we use. The advantages you've got with an egg core, because it's firmer on the outside and softer in the middle, is that when the shots are played with a golf club that's travelling at a relatively moderate speed, in the case of a chip or a pitch shot around the green, the core is sufficiently kind of firm enough such that the golf club won't actually compress the core, and it keeps the centre of the golf ball further away from the face, which kind of increases the torque, or in the case of a golf ball and a golf club, increases the spin. Now, when we have a golf club that's travelling at a much faster speed, like a driver, let's say, or a fairway metal, it's able to compress the firmer exterior of the core and actually move the centre of the ball closer to the club face, which is actually going to reduce that torque or that spin in this case. And that's going to keep the spin down on tee shots. You ask most players what they look for in a golf ball. $1 million answer to $1 million question is lots of spin and control around the green and maximum distance off the tee. And the crux of the egg core, or the E.G.G core, is that it allows for spin separation between clubs. Now, it's not a unique prerequisite, because you're going to find that most brands in the marketplace, be it a Titleist, be it Callaway, be it a Bridgestone, they're using a similar kind of principle, although in order to achieve the same benefits, they're actually having to add additional layers to the golf ball. So they're actually, in some cases, using 3 or even 4-piece balls. And typically what happens when you add additional layers to the golf ball, in order that you don't exceed the pre-configured dimensions, is you have to make that core smaller. Disadvantage with the smaller core: less ball speed, less distance.